This is Zimbabwe's news channel with more news, more public affairs, more channels, more choice, more live coverage, and more breaking news. When Zimbabwe needs to know more, when Zimbabwe wants to know now, on air, on your mobile, online, Zimbabwe relies on ZBN News. ZBN News, Zimbabwe's news channel, first for breaking news.
I'm Rose Benton, coordinator of the Zimbabwe Vigil, and you're watching Vigil TV.
What's happening today? Today we are here protesting against the Russian embassy, at the Russian embassy, because it wants to supply arms and gunships to Zimbabwe. Instead of supplying schools and hospitals, a lot of our people are suffering with lack of basic resources. So the government, but instead the government is using the foreign currency to go and buy gunships and weapons to come and kill its own people. So that's why we're here to protest, that let the money be put into good use, not into buying weapons. What are you here for today?
I'm here to demonstrate against Russia supplying arms to Zimbabwe, to Mugabe, to propel the elections which are coming to kill his own people, what he's done before. So he's trying to get the arms from Russia. So we know Russia is always supporting. Russia is killing people in Syria. So all these kind of abductions are killing through Russia supporting. If you go to the United Nations or to the United Security Council, Russia is always blocking the China. It's always investments in Zimbabwe is now done by the Chinese and the Russians. So we are against the Russians. We are against also the Chinese. They must come with a proper way of dealing with business, not to come away with undercutting, to buy to Zimbabwe to be mortgaged with arms. Zimbabwe is being now mortgaged by arms to Russia. So we're trying to demonstrate to the international to see what's going on in Zimbabwe, so that it won't even repeat it again. What's happening in Zimbabwe, in Syria, the nation should know, the world should know.
So do you think the British are going to hear your voice today?
They're going to be here. It's not about the British people. It's about all the international people. People who are just moving around, seeing all these poster people who are here. They're going to say everything, put everything into writing, everything. So we are here to demonstrate. We're demonstrate for the British government.
United Nations Security Council. Reason being that it's Russia and China who have been busy vetoing the issues of Zimbabwe. And as we speak today, we know Russia is quite intent on doing business with Zimbabwe and supplying them with armory, supplying them with helicopters and all those other things. We are saying to Russia, this is not good. It must stop. And that is the reason why we are here, to protest against Russia's behaviors and tactics concerning the human rights situation in Zimbabwe and our march towards democracy. So we are saying to Russia and the rest of the international community, we Zimbabweans, standing here as we are, we take no pride in what they are doing. And we believe it is within our hands to deliver the change that we so need, provided they do not, or they stop interfering with the issues, with the democratic processes, with the human rights situation in Zimbabwe. We are urging them to stop this nonsensical behavior, this tyrannical behavior about Zimbabwe. And with me here, of course, is the MDC UK chairperson, who I understand all of you know the MDC has been spearheading this global demonstration. Mr. Samanyanga, if you can just say a few words so we can round up and then go back to the vigil.
Chinja,
Maitino,
Maitino,
Chinja,
Kukula,
Isenzo,
Zenzo,
Kukula,
Yesoko.
Wow.
New Zimbabwe,
New beginning,
new beginning,
New Zimbabwe,
New Zimbabwe,
New beginning.
Yesoko.
Wow.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this 7th round of the Free Zimbabwe Global Protest. I'm happy that we have managed to send a message that is quite clear to the Russian embassy. For those who have been following the protest, we are looking at issues that are affecting us as Zimbabweans. We need to continue this protest and articulate the issues that the world does not know. We know the dictator himself would want to shove things under the carpet. And we are not going to rest until everything is laid bare and until things are all right in Zimbabwe. Today, our focus for round 7 is looking at the countries that are dealing with the arms proliferations within countries that are not in conflict, but the countries that are using those arms against innocent civilians. Our experience in 2008, it was a bloodbath in that election, and we don't want to repeat to that. And at the time when we are preparing for the 2013 election, Russia is already making deals with Zimbabwe to supply warships. What do we need warship for in a country that is not at war? These issues will affect us if we just stand quiet and not do anything to act. We want this clear to the Russian embassy that they should stop the supply of arms of war to Zimbabwe or any country. Brazil, which is supplying the canisters of tear gas canisters, they should stop that. We are not in any situation of war. Why do we need arms? China, in supplying missiles to Zimbabwe, what do they need those missiles for? We have had an experience as Zimbabweans. Some of the experiences brought us here in exile, running away from persecution, running away from being killed, and the world should know. We as Zimbabweans, we will never rest. We will continue with this global protest every 21st of the month and ensure that the issues pertaining to Zimbabwe and the issues that are leading to the general election, the roadmap, the agreement in the global political agreement, the government of national unity honors those agreements. The position we have at the moment, we have managed a successful constitution that is also recognizing us as diaspora communities within the constitution. That's a plus to it. We are coming from a SADC conference that has taken heed of our protest and taken heed of the issues that we are talking about regarding Zimbabwe. It has been agreed and supported by the SADC community that the roadmap should be followed. It should be clearly defining the issues. The issues of the 2008 bloody election should never be repeated. Until and unless that has been put in place, we will continue this protest. In the next protest, the round 8, we are focusing on the Mozambican embassy. The reason why we're focusing on the Mozambican embassy is it's taking over the chairmanship of the SADC. And we want to take this issue that we've been taking since January up to now to the new leadership of the SADC. And we want to continue. If we have issues pertaining to our own country, it's issues pertaining to the violence that have displaced many, that has killed brothers and sisters, that has been against their innocent the civilian in Zimbabwe. And this cannot continue. This cannot continue. We will continue with the protest, and as from here, the Russians should know Zimbabwe is not at war. They should stop. As we stand today in America, they are presenting to the United Nations headquarters in New York. The position is United Nations should act. He should deal with countries that are financing and putting arms within the struggle, within the countries, the poor countries, the arms that are being used against innocent civilians. This should be put to a stop. We will continue, and thank you very much for being here. We want to continue. As we are coming from here, we are going back to the Vigil, to the Zim Vigil, and continue with the protest until 6 o'clock, and demonstrate together. Wherever we are as Zimbabweans, let's not shy away from the issues pertaining to Zimbabwe. Let's continue speaking about it. Let's continue to advocate for peace in Zimbabwe. That's why we say free Zimbabwe, and we will continue protesting on the 21st of each month. Let's come together in numbers on the 21st of August as we are meeting, focusing on the Mozambican embassy, which is taking up the leadership of SADC. That's the position that we have. Let's continue. I will, for information and way forward from here, I want to give our information and publicity.
To save Zimbabwe!
Mugabe must go!
Mugabe must go!
To save Zimbabwe!
New Zimbabwe!
New beginning!
New beginning!
New Zimbabwe!
Matsotse zanu mudenga! Maure zanu mudenga! Mugabe wacho mudenga! Grace mudenga! Wotakezi mudenga! Chaunzi mudenga! Wadenza ipamwese! Rovera ipasi! Shoes!
Now more than ever, ZBN News is Zimbabwe's news channel with more news, more public affairs, more channels, more choice, more live coverage, and more breaking news. When Zimbabwe needs to know more, when Zimbabwe wants to know now, on air, on your mobile, online, Zimbabwe relies on ZBN News. ZBN News, Zimbabwe's news channel. First for breaking news.